Her parents ordered me to sleep on the couch. Now it's their turn.
I sentence you to 1 night on the couch.
I, male 25, and my girlfriend, female 26, have been together for about 4.5 years now. Her and I moved in together just over a year ago as well. We were going to after her degree, but a falling out with her roommate happened, which led to us moving in a year early. Our relationship has been fine. We don't argue often, support each other's separate interests, and overall living together has been quite hassle-free. By the way, this comes from character ad 30, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. So the only thing that has caused minor arguments between us is that she hates confrontation. For example, she works as a supervisor part-time, and where she works, the people being hired for her to train are paid more than her. She hasn't gotten a raise of any kind in over a year, which is illegal. She refuses to bring it up to the manager or anyone at all. This is frustrating, especially since she moved into my place. She hasn't been able to afford to put anything forth. I own the place myself, including paying for our car insurance, gas, all of the bills, except for we go 50-50s for groceries. It's been tough for how much I get paid because it's not a lot, but it shouldn't be much longer.
Ooh, someone's getting a raise.
Someone's getting a raise. Anyways, her family and I have been decently close. They've helped me move a couple of years ago. They helped her move in the last year, and we visit them for all major holidays and visit decently often since we got together. Her family and I don't agree on one thing, which is my religion. Ooh, and depending on where you live, that might be the breaking thing as well.
Yeah, it can be a tough one.
I am not religious, but they are quite Christian, and my girlfriend is non-practicing unknowingly to them. So whenever I go over, they are overly over the top on everything. My girlfriend's words, not mine, on their religion, and constantly try to force me to join them in their practices. Whenever I decline, they say things under their breath like, "Oh, he'll fix you."
That's I hate that because it's so condescending.
In a half-jokingly manner. I say things like, "Oh, I'll pray for you. I'll put Bible verses in your pockets."
That's different. That's better. Being like, "I'll pray for you" is different than like, "Oh, we'll fix you." Oh, I know you're saying no right now, but we're going to get you.
I got you some holy water.
Dude, drinking holy water's got to be so refreshing.
But we never visited for long, so it's never been much of an issue. Usually 2 to 4 hours at a time. They live around 6 hours away from us in another city. My girlfriend moved to my city around 7 years ago before we met. This is where I believe, and everyone else, that I am being the a-hole in the current issue.
Okay.
We stayed at their house for the first time overnight a couple of months ago.
Ooh.
And while there for around 6 hours, it was all going well until it got around nighttime. They told me I should get the couch ready, and I was confused as my girlfriend has a room sizable for the both of us. So I questioned, I thought I'd sleep with girlfriend's name, and they declined, saying that our relationship wasn't at that level in their eyes. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Brother.
That's fair.
That's the fairest thing I've ever heard. You know what you're signing up for?
Come on.
Super religious family? Sleeping over in their house? You think they're just going to be like, yeah, start doing the horizontal mambo over there and we don't care. We don't care you're not married to our daughter. We don't care.
Not gonna happen. I mean, I could have saw that from a mile away, dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
as soon as the sentence started, I was like, oh yeah, okay. I see where we're going.
I hope that's not I hope this does not become the focal point of like, and that's why I hate her family. Like, come on, brother.
I have some thoughts on it, but I am leaning that OP low-key is the a-hole here. Because it's their house, their rules.
Well, I haven't seen it. They could be. If they're like, like then,
yeah.
It depends on their reaction here.
I accepted and did not want to argue, as it's their house and their rules. Okay. All right. But I'm quite tall. 6'6".
All right, show off.
And I grew a lot of that when I was young and in an incredibly short amount of time, which resulted in a lot of medical back pain and issued for my entire life, making me unable to do sports I used to love. So I told them I wouldn't be able to sleep on the couch, sadly, especially since it was barely bigger than a love seat.
Okay.
But I would be more than okay purchasing a room at a hotel for myself or my girlfriend. They also live within a couple of minutes from some hotels, so I'd most likely be able to find a room close by. They said I was turning it way too big of a deal and to respect their beliefs. And after a back and forth, they eventually said they gave up and told me to sleep wherever I wanted. They were not happy and went to bed themselves. I was going to purchase a hotel for myself, but my girlfriend got upset at me for attempting to do so, so I stayed on the couch, which resulted in zero sleep and my back hurting for a couple of days. But at least I was able to watch some good movies. I nor they brought it up the next day and we eventually left. left. Since then, I felt quite guilty as my girlfriend said I shouldn't have argued in their house. Okay, so I'm on OP's side now. I thought he was going to be like, well, I should be able to sleep with my girlfriend. But he said their house, their rules. Okay, so I'm on OP's side now. Months later, they were wondering if they could visit us and stay with us. My girlfriend and I agreed, of course, but before they arrived, I let them know that our couch wasn't quite big enough for 2 people, and they were very confused. I told them they would be sleeping on the couch, and they asked why. I told them I felt they didn't respect our relationship to their standards, and I followed the rules under their house, so they should follow mine.
Oh my God, no.
Bro, this was your turn to become the bigger person, and you're at their level, dude.
Come on, dude. Now you're just being like, it's not even like a gotcha. It's like you're just being kind of childish and cringy, I would say. That's what I would classify this as.
I agree.
Childish and cringy.
They argued once again that since they are married, their relationship is more respected than ours. I told them that being married doesn't mean that for me, and if they are coming to my house, they will follow the rules of such too. They end up hanging up and texting my girlfriend they would not come over until I would apologize to them and was in the right mind. This led to my girlfriend and I arguing about this, and she agrees that their relationship is more respectable due to being married, and I told her that marriage isn't what grants me respect for a relationship. It's the foundation it's built on and how 2 people treat each other and those around them. So, should I apologize and allow them to sleep in the spare bedroom? My girlfriend believes I am being incredibly childish, petty, and unreasonable, which I definitely agree I am being petty, but I still don't feel right allowing them to do whatever they want in my house if they don't respect my relationship with their daughter. Bro, they were happy and didn't say anything about us moving in, but feel weird about us sleeping in the same bed at their house, which I found weird, but also never brought up.
That is actually kind of weird.
Wait,
when
they
you think
were
about it. So they move in together, they live together. The parents didn't care about that, but now at their house, they're like, you got to sleep on the couch. It's like we already literally live in the same house together.
Yeah,
so that's kind of cringe on the parents' part. But you can't do this back. It's crazy.
Well, like,
they're married. Of course, they're more legitimate. I mean, of course, I don't like what he's doing, but I also don't like that the parents were weird about that. But then they live together in the whole hotel. Like, whatever, do whatever
Christian,
you want.
They're Christian. They're like, you got to be.
It's less about
married,
that and more about them being like, no, you can't go to a hotel. You're making this too big of a deal. It's like I can't
the hotel
sleep on
thing
your
was
couch.
weird, yeah.
But all of this is everyone just kind of needs to like let people be more.
Yeah.
But clearly, we're talking about the OP. He's like, I agree I'm being petty, but it's like you were also being childish and unreasonable.
Yeah.
Like,
come on, dude. Comment 1. What does your girlfriend bring to the relationship? Whoa.
Dang.
It sounds like she is content to slog away underpaid while you take on the burden of most of the finances.
Where did it sound like that, you joker?
Because
there was
earlier
one sentence at the beginning of the story.
Well, earlier, yeah, they briefly mentioned
crazy.
it. That seems inadequate unless she takes on more of a burden in the home. So if you're paying more, she has to take more in the home. Regarding sleeping on the couch at their house, I understand it is their house, and many religious people do not allow unmarried couples to stay in the same room overnight. How is that your girlfriend didn't already know this? She should have discussed it with you in advance. Well, she's non-confrontational. Many couples opt for a hotel room close by, so there isn't any conflict in these situations. Do you really have a medical condition that made it so painful you couldn't bear it? And if so, then it seems your girlfriend could not care less about your comfort. Why was she mad at you and didn't want to sleep on the couch with the medical condition? Could it be that your girlfriend is hoping this situation, her parents' position, and her agreement with it will convince you to propose? Who the heck is this commenter? Where did you come from?
It sounds like somebody who hasn't experienced the real world in too long.
OP says she pays half of our groceries, but that's it. Everything else I pay for. I do the majority of the chores as well, since she is usually studying when I'm off to work. But I would say we are equal on laundry duties. I do the rest of the cleaning, dishes, etc. though. She's never had a serious relationship prior to me, just an on and off in high school, so I assume she never invited anyone to stay over before. It would have been nice to know earlier if possible, since driving over there is incredibly hard on my back, but I did have no idea until that very moment, and I found out later that her older sister and their boyfriend are also told to sleep in different rooms, so they as well just never sleep over. I do really have a medical condition. As a child, I had minor scoliosis, just as did my father, that was fixed non-surgically, But later on, and through growing taller at such a rate, has led to a lot of lifelong pain. The rapid growth of my spine led to unknowingly at the time to me very higher risk of injury. And I used to play rugby at the time, which led to me being injured and having many issues with stability and pain as I continue to grow. It's not a self-diagnosis. It's been a lifelong of doctor visits, adjustments, etc. She wasn't mad that I did not want to sleep on the couch. She was mad that I already made it into a big of a deal for not agreeing and keeping my mouth shut. And if I got a hotel, that I would be making it even bigger of a deal. Yeah, before we continue with OP, I understand the medical thing. I think you got to take care of yourself. With your girlfriend being non-confrontational, sounds like she's just mad because your parents are mad at you.
Right. Yeah. She's like, why are you talking back to my parents? I don't even do that. And it's like, I clearly was just trying to say my back is broken and I can't sleep on this couch.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting, at no place do I feel like OP was going to get a hotel out of spite.
Yeah.
Like it was like okay,
I'm gonna really give it to him.
It is what it is. I that's what I gotta do. And then it was like, no, you can't, or I'll be mad. Me, your girlfriend.
Possibly her parents got married within 6 months of meeting each other. They firmly believe that we have no reason being together any longer than that if we are not married. They have made a lot of offhand comments about such, never directly at us. For example, I'm so glad we got married when we did. Waiting any longer would have been stupid, and things like that. But my girlfriend and I agreed that we wouldn't discuss marriage until she finished her degree and was in a more stable job.
Yeah, wait. Also,
and
extra
comment
goofy for that.
You're the a-hole if being a petty a-hole was a goal. We got an update.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's, again, that commenter who's like, your girlfriend is just the worst girlfriend ever. And she's still in school. She's still studying. Like,
yeah.
You're like, she doesn't contribute. It's like she's literally not even out of college.
Dude, you just gotta like,
don't. Yeah.
Be supportive, you know?
Exactly. Whatever.
Over the obstacles. Update. Hey, it's been 20 days and I sort of forgot about this, but Reddit auto-logged me and reminded me. I thought I'd give an update and ask for more advice. So I read the comments and it helped me realize from an outside perspective that I was 110% being a petty a-hole.
Okay. Good.
I already sort of knew that, but hearing people with no connection to us confirmed, it helped open my eyes. I pulled my girlfriend aside the next day after my post and apologized. I admitted I was being childish, petty, and a-hole, and that I wasn't acting my age. I was more acting like a toddler not sharing toys. She agreed and laughed at my analogy, then forgave me as long as I called her parents, which was my next plan anyways. I called her parents, said roughly the same thing, and they agreed, did not laugh. They told me they would find another date in the future and reschedule staying with us, which I told them sounded great, and we hung up all as well. But the comments...
I'm sorry, I was just like, okay, here we are.
Okay.
Well, now, so what now?
So the real world's nice. Sounds like we're going to the Reddit world. But the comments and some private messages helped me realize as well that my girlfriend's lack of initiative was something I needed to seriously talk to her about and stop letting go if I planned on marrying her. I thought of how to say everything I wanted to, etc. And a day or two later, I decided to talk to her. I told her how much I loved her, the person she is, and brought up many things she brings to our relationship and to start things out. Then I brought up how if we're going to work more in a healthy manner as we get more serious and conjointed, things do need to be more equal between us. So I wanted to work on a compromise. I pay for everything except 50-50 for groceries. I do the majority of the cooking and the cleaning, etc. As you all know, she got quite upset at this and was trying to say she doesn't have value in our relationship, but I tried to reassure her and the conversation sort of ended there. I stuck to my ground, and 2 days later I brought it up once again. Once the dust settled, while the conversation was rocky, we worked on a compromise that she will ask her boss about the raise she deserves and will begin doing more of the cooking and cleaning. Not more than before, but more than me. I asked her also if she would talk to her parents about the whole trying to convert me thing, and well, baby steps, not gonna happen yet. Anyways, why I still need advice. So wait, before we get into what he needs advice about, did that conversation kind of go well? It seems like he brought it up, nicely.
It seemed like it went half well.
Yeah. Anyways, why I still need advice. Since we had that last conversation, I thought, well, things should be better, but she's been cold. She's been only cooking really quick meals like frozen stuff, mac and cheese, and I tried talking to her about it. I'd be happy to teach her the stuff I'd make for us, but she always says, if you don't like it, make us stuff you do, which is fair, but I know she's as good as a cook as I am. I tried talking to her if things are stressing her out, and she declines. I tried asking if anything's wrong, and she declines, etc., etc. She's been cold, and her spicy sleep life took a nosedive from once every 2 days to only twice since my last post. And it's been 20 days, man.
Really
Oh!
logging all of your
Dang.
entries, huh? I break up with her. It's time. Break up.
Wait,
I think no, I'm advocating break up.
Wait, there's
Break up.
more. Time
Break up.
out. No.
Break up with her.
Okay, wait. Oh my gosh. I tried feeding into her love languages. She likes words of affirmation a lot, so I've been complimenting her extra and reassuring her, but she seems uninterested. I've tried asking her if I explained anything badly or said the wrong thing about the conversation above. She says no. What can I do to make her feel happier? She barely even greets me when I come home now. But guys, we will greet you after this story ends. All you got to do is go where, Dakota?
Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts.
And type in OK Storytime, and welcome to the plethora of stories we have for
We're
you.
brewing up a big old cauldron of stories.
We got an update. We got a freaking update. I don't think breakup, they've been together for 4.5 years. It just sounds like this was the first time you've had a hard conversation.
They've been together for that long?
Yeah, dude.
Here's what I'll say. The fact that he's got lifelong back problems and that's why he didn't want to sleep on the couch, and I assume his girlfriend probably knows that, and that she still got mad at him that night. It's like she has some kind of hang up with her parents. She can't confront anybody, but that starts with probably the parents being domineering in the house as she's growing up, so she cannot talk back. It's the parents' way. It is what it is. So now that OP is created this confrontation, which was really just I want a bed I can sleep in without being in pain.
Yeah.
Now I don't think she's going to be able to let that go because it feels like she's programmed to not confront her parents, and it has become she won't confront anything or anyone.
Yeah, because every time she tried to, whoever did, she got shut down immediately.
Right. So if she can't get over that, I don't see how y'all are gonna actually be able to have a marriage and
Yeah.
and if she won't open up to you about it and she won't talk to you about it, move on.
Update. I'm currently deciding to do 2 things as comments have suggested. A, spend a week doing everything for myself, by myself, watch what I please, make just my own food, and finally take the classes I've been waiting for her to agree to, pottery and bakery, and just do my own thing and see how she treats it. My main fear is that she will just see this as petty and that I am doing the same thing as I almost did to her parents in my last post. B, try to talk to her one more time about all of this, which most likely she won't be receptive to. Tell her how I feel, what I want in the relationship, and what needs to change if she wants to work. I obviously fear she will break up with me for that, but if she does, it's probably for the best. We got another update.
Break up, please. Please break up.
Update. I think I will choose A and try to give her a slight taste of her medicine and then bring up how I felt.
Okay, but
maybe she will understand better once she sees me doing my own thing.
He's doing this out of the wrong place emotionally. He's being like, maybe if she gets a taste of her own medicine. Stop it. You doing stuff just for you for a week is just for you.
Yeah.
If you're making it so that she gets a taste of her own medicine, now it's for her. Do things you want to do just because you want to do them, not because you want to prove some kind of point to your girlfriend who's treating you weirdly,
Yeah.
Just do it and then see how she reacts.
Yeah.
I'm just doing me for a week. And if
I
she
agree.
can't deal with that, break up.
Break up.